Hi everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. You have seen some market reactions to what's happened in Israel. These are the black swan events Anand always keeps talking about. Sometimes there are opportunities to buy things you've been looking at the market. Sometimes they are not. All reactionary are knee-jerk usually in the market, because the reason why these markets are knee-jerk reaction is most of these are FIIs who pull out their money. Because imagine you're in a situation of an FII where you're sitting in your home country and you have funds spread out throughout the world in world markets. When there's a world macroeconomic reaction or an event like what's happened in Israel, you do not know what's going to happen. So when there's so much of uncertainty, you rather pull in your, as they call your dogs home, so you tend to bring everything back. Sometimes these reactions seem extreme. Sometimes they happen for a moment, then it kind of bounces back. Those kinds of movements in the market, if you've been looking at shares or companies you've been eyeing for some time, there are some opportunities for you to step in, because fundamentals of these companies have not changed. It is just the macroeconomics which have changed. So depending on your appetite, you can consume some of these shares. That being said, I thought today I'll talk about something very interesting. I came across a story about a 65-year-old lady sharing a wisdom of how you can become rich and wealthy rapidly. And she was talking about 4 genuine ways where you can become wealthy and retire. And I thought this was an interesting article as I was reading through it, and I thought it's something I'll share with you. So this 65-year-old lady had weathered many financial storms, from witnessing her husband's double bankruptcy, shouldering her father-in-law's gambling debts, and to being betrayed by a business partner. She had seen it all. Yet she remained very resilient and very hopeful, always advocating financial education and prudent saving. She says some people are very lucky to be born into a wealthy family, and you'll be surprised the number of people who are born in a wealthy family who have squandered it away within a generation or even less. So she talks about it. Though you're born in a wealthy family, it provides unparalleled access to resources, networks and opportunities from a young age. But you have to be mindful, is what she's saying. She's saying the importance of recognizing the privilege which you have and valuing it and ensuring it's not squandered. Using the platform and building something further should be your idea, and contributing to society is essential. I've seen this in many of my circles, since I come from a very wealthy background, and I've been very fortunate and very blessed, and I've seen this repeatedly. And even recently, there was a joke about Donald Trump, where everyone assumes Donald Trump made his billions of dollars. He actually did not make billions. His father was a multimillionaire and given him a huge inheritance. And the joke was, if Donald Trump, instead of squandering and trying to do business, had just invested in the S&P 500, he would have been 600 to 700 times wealthier than he is today. That's how much wealth he had squandered away. And we all know how much he has given back to society today. So that being said, this is something, if you are fortunate to be born in a wealthy family and you are blessed in such a circumstance, please do think about how you can grow that wealth consciously and ethically, at the same time giving back and contributing to society, which is very important, very crucial. The second chance, which is a sudden boost, can transform our lives, especially people living from check to paycheck. Let's say you receive a sudden windfall of some sort. It can be a great blessing for you at that point of time. But what she says is, she warns, if you do not have financial knowledge, this newly acquired wealth can vanish very swiftly as it appeared. And I saw this, me and my brother saw this during the property boom in Chennai, before all the IT parks appeared on OMR Road and the other roads, artery roads into Chennai. Most of the farmland or agricultural land which was not being used, which was just sitting vacant. Then the IT boom happened. When India changed, all these IT companies wanted to build IT parks, and these property prices suddenly, within a matter of 6 months, quadrupled, even went up by 10 times. And I saw farmers who were sitting on these properties, pieces of parcels of land, which was worth a lakh, probably 2 acres, 3 acres, which was worth a lakh and a half. Suddenly, per ground prices were going at a lakh and a half, and it went upwards, and some of them even became overnight having access to money of 3-4 crores to 10 crores to 20 crores. And the sudden windfall of money to these people was something they could not comprehend. And lots of them squandered that money away, and it all vanished very swiftly as it appeared for them, because they just didn't know what to do with it. they went and spent all that money. So there is something to be very much aware of, and that is why always have financial knowledge, and financial education is the most important bedrock to having a wonderful retired life with wealth. So if you are young, you do not know, all of us do get windfalls in life. Only the magnitude of windfall is different, but all of us do get windfalls in life. So if you're young, I do encourage you to be financially literate and educate yourself financially. So when these small opportunities do land, and all of them are very random, trust me, as much as you think you are planning it and you're steering these things, nobody could have predicted the IT boom. Nobody could have predicted the property price going the way it did. So do educate yourself, so when these opportunities come in life, you can make the most of them. Third thing what she talks about is inheriting family businesses, getting a head start, taking the reins of an established business. We have seen this repeatedly. The stark example in India is the Mukesh Ambani and the Anil Ambani saga, the story. And both of them had a massive head start. And compared to building from scratch, like lots of other entrepreneurs have tried, they had huge, vast empires which were given to them. And there's no question about it, how Mukesh managed to multiply it while Anil Ambani squandered it all away. And if you have any doubts, you can read about both their histories and you'll come to a clear understanding on how money can be wasted and flitted away if you're not careful. So, though both of them inherited it, because of the commitment Mukesh showed to preserving the wealth and building on it, he was far ahead compared to Anil, who was more focused on trying to beat Mukesh and being consumed by jealousy and poor advice by people around him. He could not grow his wealth. He, more than anything, he squandered it all away. So this is the fourth way she talks about, where you inherit the family business. So some of you might inherit something like being fortunate to inherit something the scale of Mukesh. Some of you might be not in the lucky and might inherit in the scale of a small residential department store or a mom and pop store. So whatever you get, it is a head start. And what you do with it is critical, and I strongly advise you to think about it on how you can be successful and in the business ventures which you have inherited. And if you haven't inherited it as yet, and you have a feeling you are going to inherit it, I would strongly advise you to participate in it wholeheartedly and learn from it. And many of you do think, which you can see like in the Cipla case and the VIP case, the next generation thinks, why should I be doing this? This is not for me. I'd rather cash and check out. A lot of you might have that kind of a mindset. I strongly advise you not to. All businesses are good. It's just your mindset which needs to be worked on. So if you look at it and you study it, what you might think is a waste in the business might be something very fruitful if you just change your perspective and your mindset towards it. The last thing which he talks about, the fourth way, is less certain paths. Sometimes in situations in life, a new technology comes, a new product comes, a new opportunities come, which turn out to be once in a lifetime. And it can be very different. Lots of us did not know where social media will take us. 10 years back, 7 years back, no one would have assumed YouTube can become what it is today. Or nobody knew that social media like an Instagram would become what it is today. So if you see these opportunities and you can see the wave coming and you're able to capture that wave and ride it, it can definitely give you substantial gifts to you in terms of monetary benefits and financial success, which you in turn can invest it again. And then moving forward, when you reach the old age of 65, you can retire well. So these are some interesting avenues she had discussed in that article, which I wanted to share with you. And of course, you must keep this in a realistic perspective. Not every path will work. Sometimes you try one path and another path opens up and takes you somewhere. The constant thing is to keep your eyes ahead and keep working and not to give up on your dreams. All of us would love sudden wealth, and it's not an uncommon dream to wish this. Every single person, believe it or not, even Mukesh Ambani wakes up in the morning and he thinks he needs a little bit more. It's a human condition, that constant desire. It's what gets us up in the morning and keeps us growing. But to have this kind of wealth, it's knowledge which is the key to the success. And without knowledge, you cannot manage or grow wealth. That's the essence of the story. Financial stability only comes through by acquiring knowledge of how money works, and maintaining it and nurturing it can only happen by understanding how money works. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful day ahead and a productive day, and I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Thank you.